right. Welcome everyone to the Camera Club of Richmond. This is our usual meeting night on the second Wednesday of the month. And tonight in December is the big event, which you've all been waiting for, looking forward to. We will be announcing our end of year competition winners. If you've been on the call, you've been seeing some of the a slideshow of all of the submissions for the year. We had 381 images come in. And we've been showing those, and now it's the time you've been waiting for. We're going to tell you who those winners are. So I'm going to turn it over to our president, Philip Snyder, who has a word or two that he wants to share here at the beginning of our meeting. So Philip, take it away.
Yes, so hopefully you can hear me okay, Karen?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, good. I want to thank everybody that made this happen. There's a long list. If you read your newsletter, everybody made this end of the year happen. It's amazing what this board and so many volunteers outside the board helped make this whole year happen. Of course, I've got to thank, because they were super this year, your 2020 board of directors. In March, we suddenly found ourselves in an emergency. How are we going to keep going? And within less than 2 weeks' time, they figured this out. And not only have they kept the club going, but we've grown and grown and grown. Our membership's up. We have more events and more education events than I've ever seen in this club. And if you're paying attention to Meetup or whatever, almost any time of the day, there's something that you can jump in and somewhere you could learn and we've kept going with gallery events too. So let me quickly go through all those people on the board of directors who deserve a big round of applause. Bob Pappas is our vice president, Frank Mercado, our secretary, Doug Turner, treasurer, Michael Orr, our fantastic digital director, Leo Vanberg, our print director. Even though he hasn't had a lot to do, he's been very active on the board and had a lot of input and helped us come up with some great ideas. And I know he's going to be busy next year. Karen Davis, publicity and publications and so many other things, and Zoom host. And where's my second page? And I don't want to forget anybody. Ling Whitworth, membership director. Joe Ring, activities director. Marianne Barnhart, our education director. Terry Troxel, our amazing webmaster who keeps all that information and links up there for you. Doug Turner's also been our librarian, and I know he would like somebody to help him out there. And Carol Hageman, our PSA representative, and has been, her smiling face has been helping us out with it for years and years and years. Hopefully I didn't forget anybody. And they all deserve a wonderful, amazing job. Big congratulations, pat yourselves on the back. Also in 2021, those folks are returning, plus Jay Denny will be joining us as, I think his title is now exhibits director. And we keep changing his title, but I think it's exhibits director now. So he'll be helping us out with all those places that you can get your pictures up, different galleries and so forth. And he's already got a bunch of ideas, I know, and that's much appreciated. As Karen said earlier, it was not an easy job for these jurors. There were 381 images, I think 38 different photographers. Some categories were way up, some categories were way down. And amazing, if you've been watching the last half hour, amazing photographs. You guys have really been learning from our and growing, and it's amazing from what just the 5, 6, I don't know, 6, 7 years I've been in the club, and the quality is amazing. You guys are up there with pro category. So that's about all I want to say. At the end, might have an announcement or two, but not much. I want to turn it over so we can start the awards. And by the way, the awards will be, it's in your newsletter, in January at the opening at Artworks. We'll have all the awards there. And if you can't be there, then we'll make arrangements to mail them or get them to you one way or another. So look for those announcements coming out. I've forgotten, is that the 22nd, I think, of January? It's a Friday opening of artworks. And all our winners, I guess, will be shown, get a chance to be shown at the walls there. So
Our
anyway,
first
thank you
place
so
winners.
much.
Yeah, first place winners.
First place winners, yes.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, amazing work, guys. It's been a fantastic year. You all deserve huge, even if you didn't win something, know that you're all winners, because look at the quality of what you've submitted. It's amazing. But thank you very much for a great year, and we look forward to next year and all the wonderful things going to happen. And I just turn it over so we can start the awards.
And I think Bob Pappas was going to have just a brief word before we turn it over to Michael.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Hey, I'd like to take this time out just to talk about our president, Philip. He doesn't understand. We keep telling him there's no term limit to this thing. It's not like you're being a president and you run out of time, you can quit. So, but he evidently decided that things are to the point where he needs to move aside and do things that he would like to do. And he's been one of the best presidents that I've seen in our camera club, the time frame that I've been there.
You guys just make
4
me look
years
good.
he's been here. In 4 years, we've grown. Things have gotten better. Really good leadership. And it's tough to see him leave. It's going to be a tough void to fill, and we have an opening. So anybody out there in the camera club that would like to become the president, we have the opening, and please submit your name, and we'll gladly accept it. We hope to keep things going, and Philip will be around. I'm sure he'll be kind of hanging over, looking over our shoulders and making sure that we're doing well, and hopefully he will do that for us. So at this time, I'd like to say thank you very much, Philip, for a great job. Keep things going, and maybe you'll get a chocolate camera in the mail one of these days. Hopefully it's not warm and it won't melt it for you. But thank you very much. We appreciate everything you've done for the club and for all the board members that you've helped. Have a great, great year. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Bob. And for those of you, technically I will have a non-voting position as past president. So I'll be around, and I'll certainly be a member of the club. But I do want to, I want to participate more in the club activities, and get out there and do more photography. And just today I had an offer from 2 organizations in Goochland that want my services that I haven't done enough for, but hopefully things get busy in the spring. That there's the Chamber of Commerce, and also their Parks and Rec has put together a magazine, and they're looking for help there. So I want to spend more time helping my community, which also includes all of you. But this board has been great. It's been an easy road considering everything we had to accomplish this year. So thank you, Bob, and everybody else. It's been great.
All right, and Michael, I guess we are now ready for the 2020 end of year photo competition awards. It's our virtual banquet, so hopefully you brought some snacks and wine.
Virtually. So, yeah. So everybody can see this, I take it. I hope.
We're good.
All right. Well, let's roll. So we were going to start out with the B groups and then work our way forward from there. So and keep a close eye on the slides. You might see some familiar things for some people. So of course, the first category is Group B. It's going to be architecture. So we have our first place, black and white entry in Group B for architecture is Lara Davenport, Beautiful Emptiness. That's Lara's photo, congratulations. And then we have our second place color image in architecture B group. Also Lara Davenport, London Museum of Natural History. Work our way up to the first place color image group B, architecture. Saravanan Rajamanakam, Hotel Jefferson Quarantine. So that's our architecture in our B group. Congratulations to all of them. Moving on to the creative art category. We had black and white submissions this year. So the first place black and white group B is Marianne Barnhart, Ship Happens. And I said that very carefully. So then moving into our color images for this, we have a second place color image is Michelle Garrigan, Spheres of Light. Moving on, first place color, group B, creative art, also Michelle Garrigan, Abandonment. So, yeah, move on to, Flora. Our first place black and white entry for the group B in Florida, Flora, excuse me, not Florida. Perry Matthews, Spring Wave. Our second place and color submission, again, Perry Matthews, Winter Star. And if I'm not giving enough time to look at the actual images, please let me know. The first place color and image for group B, Flora, Saravanan Rajamanakam, On a Sunny Day. Moving into our landscape category, group B. First place black and white landscape is Kirit Meti, Lockdown Comforting Solitude. Our second place color winner, Lara Davenport, Crabtree Falls. Our first place color winner, Jay Denny, Bodie Island Fog. Give me 1 second, please. There we go. Moving on to the pictorial category. First place black and white winner, Marianne Barnhart, Deje Brew. Our second place color winner, Saravanan Rajamanakam, Painted Lady. And our first place color winner, also Saravanan Rajamanakam, Fast and Furious. Moving on to the portrait category. Our first place black and white portrait winner, Marianne Barnhart, Quiet Reflections. And our first place color portrait group B, I'm going to learn to say his name really well, Saravanan Rajamanakam, Classical Dancer.
That's his daughter, by the way. She's a beautiful young lady. Great job, Sarah.
Yeah, I Thought that was a really good image when he submitted it.
Thank you, Karen.
Moving on to our wildlife category. Our second place color winner, Sarah Vannin Rajamanikam, All My Eyes on You. And our first place color winner, Michelle Garrigan, Solo Flight. And let me take a drink. That concludes the B category. Congratulations to all the B winners.
Hey, Michael, it's Karen. I was going to jump in real quick and answer what may be a question on some people's minds of why there was only a single award given in certain categories. And that is due to the number of images. So we have a little grid that we use that tells us how many awards we give depending on the number of images that were submitted. So that's why there was only a first place award in some of those categories. So with Group A, because we have more photographers, you'll see more third places and some honorable mentions, et cetera. But great job for all of our first time competitors in the B group. That was absolutely awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Thank
there'll
you.
be several, and there were some categories too where we had no entries whatsoever. So you saw that, you might have seen some, I don't know, that were skipped. So yeah, like Karen said, there were it's based on the number of entries that we have. So moving on into our Group A, also the same order. So we'll start out with architecture. And our first place black and white winner in Group A is Patricia Mumford, Shiplock Fog. And our second place color winner, Susan Van Manen, Paradora de Santiago. The first place color winner in Group A, architecture, Carol Hageman, Portland Head Lighthouse. Moving on to our creative art category. The first place black and white winner, creative arts, Group A, Susan Van Manen, Nature's Wizard Wand. Our second place color winner, creative art, Group A, Bruce Murph, Rapture. Our first place color winner, Joe Ring, Angel Rising. Moving on to our Flora category. The first place black and white winner in Flora, Susan Van Manen, Succulent Dreaming. Our second place color winner at Flora, Bruce Murph, River Tree. And finally in Flora, our first place color winner, Ann Fulcher, Curtain Call. Moving on to landscape. Our second place black and white winner for landscape. Excuse me. Yeah. Patricia Mumford, Arrayed. Our first place black and white winner. Bob Shammerhorn, Balls of the Forest. So moving on to the color. Honorable mention color landscape. Parks Roundtree, Water Under the Bridge. The third place color winner, Patricia Mumford, Sunrise, Chania Harbor. The second place color winner in landscape, Harold Lana, Mesa Arch in the Morning. And finally, our first place color winner in landscape, Ann Fulcher, A River Runs Through It. Moving on to the pictorial category. Our second place black and white winner in pictorial, Joe Ring, USS Wisconsin. Our first place black and white winner, Leo Vainberg, saxophonist Vladimir Pinta. Moving into the color section. Honorable mention for color, Billy Sinclair, Tower Bridge. Again, honorable mention for color, Susan Van Manen, Day of the Dead. Third place color, pictorial, Leo Vainberg, Dance with Handkerchiefs. Second place color winner, Ted Dracuda, First Responders. And our first place color winner in pictorial, Linda Schmiel, Candlelight. Moving into the portrait category. Or a second place black and white winner, Rebecca Perry, Grandma's Little Newsboy. Our first place black and white winner, Carol Hageman, Dapper Dan. Moving into the colors, third place color winner, Joe Ring, Afternoon Tea. Second place color winner, Bruce Murph, Warning. And our first place color winner, also Bruce Murph, Hair's Where It's At. Moving into one of our largest categories now, wildlife. Second place black and white winner, wildlife, Harold Lana, Leopard's Stare. And moving on, our Our first place black and white winner, wildlife, Bob Shammerhorn, Watchful Gaze. Honorable mention color, wildlife, Bob Shammerhorn, Sashimi for Supper. Honorable mention color, Ann Fulcher, Polar Bear at Sunset. Third place color, Bob Shammerhorn, Caught Ya. Second place color, Ann Fulcher, Food Fight. Finally, in wildlife, our first place color image in wildlife, Bob Shammerhorn, Blue Christmas. And that concludes the Group A assignment winners. Congratulations to them all. So moving on, we are now entering our assigned subject winners for the 3 assigned subjects that Karen had mentioned earlier. First one will be celebrations. So the second place winner for celebration, Carol Hageman, 4th of July. The first place in celebration, Joe Ring, July 4th block party. Moving into the loneliness category. Second place for loneliness, Bob Shammerhorn, Where's My Mommy? And the first place for loneliness, Joe Ring, Long Gone. Moving into our final assigned subject category, places of worship. Second place, places of worship, Carol Hageman, Air Force Chapel. And our first place for places of worship, Linda Schmiel, A Time for Prayer. So that concludes all of our normal awards. And we move into the major awards category now from the winners that were chosen from all of the previous ones. The Hyman Rose Award, Best Assigned Subject. The winner for this is July 4th Block Party, Joe Ring.
I know Joe's on the call. Can I put you on the spot, Joe, and you tell us a little bit about the photo or how you took it or where it is?
This is by my stepson's house. They usually do a block party every 4th of July. Everybody chips in and they go out and buy fireworks. There's a local policeman that lives in the neighborhood, so it's kind of covered or sanctioned somewhat. But they do this a picnic out there, and I went all the way back to the end of the street, set up a tripod, and fortunately a little boy came out and put his hands over his ears, and father came next to him and consoled him. So I had the lens at f11. I think I shot it for like 5 or 6 seconds while everything was going off, and it's pretty much all natural light and everything going off at the finale.
And that absolutely awesome. The judges love this photo, by the way. And
Oh,
so
cool.
Congratulations. It's an awesome image.
Cool, thank you.
Okay, so moving on then, the Philip Luce Award for the Best Digital black and white image. Falls of the Forest, Bob Shammerhorn.
All right, and I know Bob is here. So Bob, what can you tell us about your photo? Great image.
Thank you. We did a trip to, this is at Ricketts Glen in Pennsylvania. There's a trail there that has about like 22 waterfalls on it. This one was one of my favorite. I shot it from several different sides, and it was really just my second time ever doing waterfalls, and really had a lot of fun with it. Definitely on a tripod, slow exposure. I like my waterfall somewhere with some texture, not the full streamy, silky, but somewhere kind of in between, where you have a little bit of grit to them, I guess. Lots of time I was shooting about 1/16 of a second, probably f/18 or 22, something like that, on a 24 to 85 lens. A lot of fun. Early morning before the sun comes out.
Cool.
If the sunlight hits the water, it blows out.
And I know there was a bear or a deer or a bird or something right outside that frame that you just,
It's right up on that rock up there, this little tiny wren.
yeah. But Bob is our outstanding wildlife photographer. So we saw this one, we were like, wait a minute, there's no wildlife in this picture, but it's an awesome picture. Congratulations. That's great, Bob.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving on. The Y.A. Yoder Award for the Best Digital Color. Also, Bob Shammerhorn, Blue Christmas.
Okay, Bob, you're on again.
Okay, I'm here. This is my little backyard bird bath that I do a lot of photography at, especially during the pandemic. It's a backyard encounter, and snow scenery is one of my absolute favorite times. For one thing, obviously just the atmosphere is really great, but it also, because of the hardship of the weather, it's also tends to be very busy. And this is one of the, I think maybe the second time I've ever had a full group of bluebirds come in. Had one come in, then a second and a third and a fourth. And I think I had 6 all at one time, but this is my favorite out. And it's actually the cover to my 2021 calendar.
And the judges wanted to know how you got all those birds to look exactly in the right direction with the catch lights in their eyes all at the same time.
Well, it's just a miracle.
It was.
If you do wildlife photography, getting just one eye is, what you're trying to do. As soon as you get 2 animals in a picture, it's 4 times harder to get both eyes going. And I definitely shot a lot of shots to get, and just hope they're all, because they're up and down, they're drinking the water and looking around and stuff too. And to get, really great profiles on 4 out of 5, and some profile and eye contact on the 5th one was just icing on the cake. It's morning light. You can see it's kind of coming across from the low light coming from the southeast, and just was a really great morning.
Yeah, congratulations. Awesome image.
Thank you.
And so then finally, moving on, Bernard Howell Award for the Best in Show. Drum roll, please. Provided by the gift. Blue Christmas, Bob Shammerhorn, our 2020 Best in Show image.
Congratulations, Bob. Yep, that's
Yeah,
it.
congratulations.
Love it.
Wow.
Congratulations. That's awesome job, everybody.
And that concludes the presentation. It goes a lot quicker when there's not a lot of applause in the middle.
That's good. So yeah, we have time for comments or questions. If you guys have a question you want to pose, be sure to unmute yourself. We'll take a few minutes to do that, and then we may have a couple of reports from some of our board members. So any questions? I see a lot of stuff coming in through the chat. Susan Van Manen, my fellow photographers blow me away with their talent. Congratulations to all. Yep. Some great shots. Any questions?
Can I just say thank you very much for having me? I really enjoyed this, and I may join you next next year.
All right. We're glad you could make it. Please.
Yeah, my name's Rebecca Jansen. I used to be a member with you for 4 years. Now I'm in Florida, so thank you.
Okay. Well, we like our virtual members because, you know, everything's virtual these days. So yeah, glad you can join us. But, and if your club down there really wants to talk about Zoom, tell them to get in touch. I'd be glad to
I'm
give them
on
some
it.
pointers. Yeah.
I'm on it now.
All right.
We're gonna.
It's a lot of fun.
We're gonna change the name. It's gonna be Richmond of the World Camera Club.
There you go.
When I went to Alaska, I flew for 14 hours to go from Richmond to Richmond.
There you go.
Richmond's everywhere.
Yeah.
Richmond, Kentucky.
I was Richmond, BC, but yeah.
Right.
Richmond, California.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations to all the winners. You did a great job.
Yeah, thank
Really
you.
enjoyed the photos.
All right. Well, Philip, didn't see too many other questions or things coming in. So let me turn it back over to you for a short business meeting and maybe some announcements if people want to stick around for just a few more
Mary
minutes.
Ann's got her hand up.
Mary Ann, I'm sorry. Missed you. Go for it.
Unmute,
You gotta unmute yourself.
unmute yourself.
I asked Leo to ask this question, but I'm not sure he could unmute himself. Do these photos need to be printed for January and framed?
Yeah.
Could you hear that?
First place winners should be framed and matted to be put up in the artworks if you're putting them up there, yes.
Thank you, Bob.
Well, I'll add a paid political announcement, but it's actually not a paid, an unpaid political announcement here. Our very own Bob Pappas and Doug Turner do awesome matting and framing. So congratulations to all you first place winners. If you would like to have your photos shown at Artworks for our special show that we have in the Center Gallery coming up in January, get in touch with Bob and Doug, and they'd be happy to help you with that matting and framing to get them ready for the show. We'll be sending out more information on what you need to do if you were one of our first place winners. So we're looking forward to seeing them in print. I know Leo will be excited, but yay.
Karen, I came on kind of late. Did you all thank the Zoom judging crew?
Philip did, yes.
Thank
Yes.
And that complete list is in the newsletter
Yeah.
of everyone that participated in that.
You did. All right. So Philip, anything else to add?
Other than just amazing photos, guys. And the last thing, for those of you, if you're on the 2020 board or the 2021 board of directors, our meeting will be next Wednesday at 7 p.m. here on Zoom. So Jay Denny, that will be you two. And we will convene then to make our plans for next year. And really, that's about it. Congratulations, everyone, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, whatever you might celebrate. Be safe, and we look forward. There's a light on the end of this dark horizon. Maybe March, April, sometime we'll be back together again in person. And I'm sure the board's going to figure out a way to keep it coming to you if you're not here, like Rebecca Jansen or whoever's not coming to the meetings. You can still pick us up on Zoom. We've already talked about that. So that we're not going to shut this down either way. One thing we've learned a lot this year, and this has been an amazing board, and they've kept us going and growing, and that's fantastic. And that's about all I have. So if Bob has anything to add, or Karen, I will mute myself.
Okay. Bob, what you got?
Well, January, we have the artworks, and we've got a large number of shows coming up, and we will be adding to them for exhibits with Jay's help. Jay will be running the events for us and setting them up. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5 of them already set up for 2021. The calendar for the year is almost filled. I have a few openings still to work on to close out the 2021 schedule on my side. And Artworks is doing a photography show January, which we'll be exhibiting in the center gallery. And I talked to Jesse and Glenda, and they will be obviously controlling the number of people coming in and out of the building because of the way the situation is currently. So anyone that is attending, they need to make sure they sign up, get their name on a list. And they're also, I had to talk with them, they're looking at the possibility of extending the hours. Instead of 6 to 8, they're looking at 5 to 9, which will give more opportunity for our members to come in at different shifts so that we can accommodate more people. So hopefully that works out, and that'll allow more people to come to see the great photos up on the wall that are well deserved. And we got a lot happening. We'll be busy, and we're looking for all the volunteers we can get. So anybody that wants to jump in and help, we're looking forward to having you do it for us and help us out. Anybody have any questions on anything out there that you hear of or may need to have a correction on?
The only thing is Doug needs to be really careful with that cliff edge. She's taking a selfie at.
What was that?
Doug.
We don't want Doug to fall off that cliff.
The cliff he's taking a selfie at. Gonna fall in that cave.
I'm rappelling down.
Yeah.
So speaking of Doug, do you have any announcements?
Well, January 1st starts the annual membership renewal period. Dues unchanged at $40 a year. We have a PayPal account. If you have PayPal, you can send us the money that way. Camera Club of Richmond. And of course, we always take checks. Send it to my home address, Doug Turner, Attention Treasurer. At the address will be in the newsletter, as usual.
Doug, do you take
Yeah.
Zelle?
If
Will you
Zelle
take
can
Zelle?
Zelle can send a check to PayPal.
Okay,
Any electronic payment can send payments to PayPal.
okay, thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Is there anything else? No, I think that's about it.
Okay. Frank, Secretary, you got anything to add?
Just wish everyone happy holidays. Stay safe.
All right. And how about Mary Ann? She always has something brewing.
Always
Good
have
one,
something.
Doug.
No, just want to wish everybody happy holidays. And we still have lots of workshops before the end of the year. In fact, one at 9 o'clock tonight. Also, thank you to Michael for changing the time from 12 midnight to 12 in the afternoon on the last one. I would have been up at midnight waiting for that. It's been an incredible year, and everybody's done an amazing job. I've been so impressed, and I've been on the phone with my father just about every day. And I want to try to get him to sit on a few of our meetings because this has been great. The photos are phenomenal. So thank you to everybody and happy holidays. Thanks,
right.
Karen.
Uh-huh. And I think Joe sent me a note earlier that he didn't have anything from an activity standpoint, but we all have our fingers crossed that maybe we'll be able to get back to some in-person stuff next year, both education.
Yeah. And happy holidays, everyone.
Yeah, I think
It's
so.
going to be a little better than this.
Yeah, happy holidays.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Terry, webmaster, any?
Yeah, I'll also say happy holidays, and it's getting really dangerous out there. So we want to see you all back with us and when we get back in person, so be careful.
Wear those masks.
Yeah.
And Ling sent me a note that she was having trouble with her computer. So I have the membership report. She wanted me to relay for 2020, our membership for the club went to 108 members. That's what we had by the fourth quarter. And her special thanks to all those members who have invited and introduced their friends and neighbors to the club. And again, that's how we grow. It makes my publicity director heart happy when you guys are bringing your friends and telling your friends about it. And especially since we're virtual, your friends can be anywhere in the world and they can join us. So yeah, keep that in mind. We've got a lot of stuff coming up. So get the word out there. Let's see, Leo, anything encouraging, Prince?
No matter what, keep printing.
Keep printing.
Eventually, it will come useful.
All right, I think I hear Carol.
I was just going to say thanks to the amazing board and to the amazing technology that our digital director and web director designed, the judging, and it was amazing. We had judges in Silver Spring, Maryland and Alexandria, Virginia, and without their help, it would not have been possible. And of course, you, Karen, with conducting the Zoom meeting and all of the board that worked. I am in awe of each of you. Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
Thank you, Carol.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. Who have I missed? I'm working from memory here, so, and it's not as good as it used to be. I think I hit everybody and left myself for last. So this Region newsletter, as your publications publicity director, there's a ton of information out there. And keep in mind, if you don't want to read the whole thing, I know it's long. Those table of contents are interactive. So if you see something that piques your interest from the table of contents, just click that link and it'll take you directly to that one article. And you can skip all the repetitive stuff. The pieces at the end are kind of addenda, if you will, to the newsletter. So, you know, the board of directors don't really change except in January. We'll be adding Jay to that list of directors, but it's a great reference tool for you to get in touch with everyone. There's a list of all the upcoming activities and education events, a list of the shows that are coming up and what the topics are for the individual meetings and when we'll be having our evaluation. So it's a lot of great information there at the very end of the newsletter, kind of designed to be printed out and put up on your fridge so you can keep track of what's going on. So again, you know, keep that in mind and keep that in the forefront as you go forward. And I'd love to have some reporters. If anyone wants to be a published author, please get in touch. We'd love to have your thoughts. And we've done quite a few, I call them member musings. Thanks to Harold, we had a really great article from him. Frank has written us a couple of articles. But yeah, we'd love to hear from some of you other folks out there. So send us some things to put in the newsletter coming up. So I think that is it for the evening. This has got to be a world's record. We're out of here before 8 o'clock. But again, thanks for all of the accolades that have been coming in through the chat. People are wishing us happy holidays and thanking the board for their service and thanking all the photographers for all the great photos that we're able to see this evening. Again, we recorded the meeting, so hopefully we'll have that recording up on YouTube, and Terry will be working diligently to get some of the photos up on the website, and you'll see them on Facebook. Thanks to Anita Storino, who's going to be helping us out with Facebook starting in 2021. And Anita, we can get together and talk about that. And then they will all be, all the winners will be in the newsletter starting in January. So that's about it from me.
Okay.
So thanks again for coming tonight. And I see some applause going out there.
Yeah.
Thank you
Merry
guys.
Christmas. Happy New
Have
Year.
a great rest of
Merry
your
Christmas.
evening.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Holidays to
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Happy
Yay.
holidays.
Stay safe.
Bye,
Happy
Wear your
Hanukkah
mask.
tomorrow.
Happy holidays.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.